This is Carlotta's Corner, officially on Station Head, as you guys well know. Welcome to the show. Tasty Tuesdays. I do this every week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a celeb YouTuber and influencer and just all around fabuloso lady, LovelyTi. It's in the building. Hit the heart emoji for her for that one. LovelyTi, make sure you pay attention to your phone. I'm sending you an invite to your phone. Click join right now. LovelyTi, you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. How is everybody doing tonight?
Hey, give it up for LovelyTi right now. One time for the one time, or is it two times for the two times? I don't know, child. I don't know.
It's all good. I just know this tea is piping hot. And
piping hot. Yes. I'm so glad to have you with us. There's been so much that's been going on, in these YouTube streets. There's been so much newness that's coming out with people that's spreading their wings out beyond certain platforms that people may have frequent them on. And I'm so glad to hear your story. As I said, you guys, this is LovelyTi, YouTuber extraordinaire, influencer, has over 850K subs on YouTube.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you was putting in that work. And then also, and she also has over 100K followers on IG and collectively about 344 million views on YouTube as well. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yep, I spill a lot of tea.
Absolutely. So I know who you are, but there's some individuals that don't know who you are. So I want to take a moment for you to please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. My name is LovelyTi, and I am a YouTube influencer. I have been on YouTube, I would say, for about 8 years, but really taking it seriously the last 5 years. So a lot of people say that I'm kind of like, quote unquote, the Wendy Williams of YouTube. So anything viral, anything trending, what I do on my channel is basically do a breakdown for people, and I make it where you can consume it. So if you're not able to like read the blogs, you don't have time, or you're working all day and you see things trending, but you don't know why they're trending, people come to my channel to get full breakdowns of anything viral, any, topic. And one thing I've always liked is that a lot of adults tell me that they use my channel to help build to help bridge the gap with their kids. So now they have something to talk to their kids about, and they feel like they're all in the know. They feel like they're hip. So that's just a little bit of what I do online.
I love that. Now, what I would like to know is, how did you get started with YouTube? Why choose YouTube to get your brands out there?
So how I got started, I'm what you would call like one of the OGs of YouTube. This was back before there was any money to be made. It was almost like an accident. I didn't realize it was like this whole community. So when I first started on YouTube, I was going on this hair journey. So I had been on a lot of hair forums. And so my hair had grown a lot in 6 months, and I wanted to share it with the world. Like, yes, you guys, look, black hair can grow. So that's how I kind of started. I had a hair channel, and I was giving people tips on, how to grow their hair naturally. Well, no, I wasn't natural at the time, but how to grow their hair long. And then I eventually cut off all my permed hair and went natural. But I remember thinking to myself, even back in like 2009, 2010, there's only so much you can say about hair. There's only, so many twist outs you can do and so many styles and things like that. So I'm like, okay, what can I do next? I want to do something else. And I didn't know too much about makeup. I'm not like a makeup girl like that. And the only thing I really saw on YouTube that Black women were doing was either hair tutorials or makeup. Right. And so at that point, I wanted to step out and start giving advice and commentary and just talking about the things that I've been through in life and trying to help other young girls, steer some of the mistakes I made. And so people started sending me, what we call letters, like, they wanted advice from me. So I'd read them on camera and give them advice. And then that kind of paved its way into what I do now, which is commentary. So I was doing commentary on YouTube when it was not popular. Back then, it was all about skits and, comedians and things like that. So I caught a lot of flack. It was like, oh, shut up. Who do you think you are? Oprah, girl, sit down somewhere. Nobody cares about your opinion. But now, as you see, YouTube is literally turned into a commentary platform. Everybody's racing. Everybody's doing commentary. Everybody has podcasts. So me and, several other people as well kind of paved the way for that lane.
Right. I mean, I'm one of those people. Yes, I have ran to YouTube because it's true. I mean, YouTube is very lucrative and you can monetize off of it if you know what you're doing. Prime example, besides you, prime example, Be Love, not Be Love, yeah, Be Love with the sauce, right? There was a study or an article that came out, I think 2018 or 2019, I think it was 2018, that she made over 7 figures with her mukbangs. So I'm like, mukbangs, I'm sorry. And so you're absolutely right. I mean, but I can speak from personal experience. I'm trying to monetize off of it, but I'm seeing that it's a little bit difficult and challenging. Why is that?
Well, part of it is it's become oversaturated.
Right.
So the thing is, like I was telling people, and I've been saying this, they kind of call me Tigrodamus. That's my other nickname, because a lot of the predictions and things that I've been telling people are now coming to pass. And one thing I've been saying for the past year is that they're trying to turn YouTube into television. Yes. So what they're doing is that they're bringing a lot of celebrities to YouTube now. Like every time you turn around, a A-list, B-list, or reality TV show celebrity, they now have a YouTube channel. And that's what they're doing. And unfortunately, what happens with that is they already have a built-in fan base from television, from social media. So what happens is that now it's making it harder for regular people, you know, who may not have that huge television fan base. When they say, well, now I want to start a YouTube channel. Well, what happens is they're not being pushed through the algorithm. The algorithm is what really helps you get views and what brings people to your channel. And right now, unfortunately, YouTube is busy promoting a lot of mainstream celebrities. So that's where me, as an original content creator, and people who have really made YouTube what it is, that's why a lot of us are upset by what they're doing. Come here, but be fair. Be fair. Allow everyone's content to be seen. Don't unsubscribe my subscribers and don't have me subscribing to channels that I've never even heard of. Like, just be fair. And I think that's the problem, is that they're so busy trying to, you know, do the celebrity thing, that they're not pushing content like yours and other people's content through in which that they need to, so that we can get those views, because you cannot get monetized until you get 4,000 subscribers. Yes. And I believe you have to have like 4,000.
It's 4,000 views and 1,000 subscribers.
Okay, yep. So you have to get that. So if they're not pushing you through the algorithm, how can you get monetized?
Well, let me tell you. So my strategy is I'm doing paid advertising. You see what I'm saying? And I get that's what they really want you to do, is do the paid advertising, but it can get kind of pricey and expensive. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. And you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to spend money to be seen on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? Like, it should just be when you put up your content and you have the topics and the tags in there, that should just bring people to you automatically. That's what it was meant to do. But like you said, now a lot of people are having to pay for advertising, or they're having to use other social media outlets, you know. But the main thing I can say to anybody who's new, who's just a regular Joe Schmo like me, you know, and who just wants to, you know, have a voice or have an opinion on something on YouTube, don't let all of these changes discourage you. You have to keep on creating the content. I think so many times people get caught up in numbers, and I did that too for a while. And do you ever notice, like, when people, if you go to like a horse track and you watch horses race, they put blinders on the horses for a reason. Yes. Because they want them to focus on that finish line. They don't want that horse worrying about the next horse next to them, right? So that's how I looked at stuff. You know, at some point I was so worried, like, oh my God, I'm not at 1 million subscribers yet, or this person came after me and they're here and there. All that doesn't matter. Worry about your content. The numbers will come. If you're putting out good content and it's consistent, people will find you. People will find you. They will share your stuff. And I think now it's a little bit easier because we've made it a thing now, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. Yes. The original YouTubers, you know, we kind of drilled that into society's head. So now when people see, let's say, your content or other people's content, they're going to automatically know, like, oh, okay, I like her content. In order for me to find it again, let me make sure I subscribe and hit the notification bell. Absolutely. So it's about consistency.
That was one of my questions about tips for newbies, which you have given. As far as the marketing and the branding, you hold firm to the create content consistently.
Yes. And also too, what I also want to include in that is have integrity. So many times people feel like social media is not real or a part of the real world, and it very much is. And
Yes.
you know, unfortunately, any and everybody can have a voice nowadays. There's no checks, there's no balances. You know, any Yahoo can just put up a video and just say whatever. And if you don't do your research, you don't know if that person's lying or telling you the truth, you know. And sometimes you have some people who get off on destroying other people's lives or being nasty or making up, you know, salacious stuff just for clicks and views. That's only going to get you so far.
Right.
Okay. So if I can't stress anything else, I want to stress that out. That's why I've been able to do what I've been doing for close, you know, to 10 years because of my integrity. So, you know, just be consistent, be honest. It's not about the clicks and views. You might, you know, make up a story or lie about something to get a bunch of views on that one video, but what about the next one? And the you know what I mean? Then you got to cover up and come up with something more crazy and more creative. Just be yourself. At the end of the day, nobody can duplicate who you are. And I think too many times people look at other people's Instagrams and social media and they say, well, I like this person, I want to be like them. You can't be like them. There's only one of them. There's only one of you.
Right. And that actually goes into my next question, because I was going to talk about the competition on YouTube, the views and the politics, because I mean, it's no secret. I've been following, I'm pretty sure there may be some people that have been following here for quite a while. There was a YouTuber by the name of Tasha K, who there was a tug of war. There was a time when there was I think a time last year, whatever, you guys got on and had a conversation, and it's kind of subsided and died down. Now that you experience that kind of the bad side or the evil side of YouTube, what are you doing differently when you want to do collaborations, or if someone asks you for assistance or guidance? Has it put a sour taste in your mouth?
Well, I'm not speaking on her. Out of sight, out of mind. So we're not going to talk about her. She gets no shine from me. But what I will say is that going through that experience just made me become smarter. It made me raise my discernment. And I'm very, very picky with who I would ever mix my brand with. And that's all I can say about that.
Understand. Now that we're talking about the different things that have been taking place as far as YouTubers and influencers that's utilizing the platform, I want to talk to you about a video you did in regards to the makeup guy. Oh God, the white
Jeffree
boy.
Star?
Yes, I'm sorry. Jeffree Star. I'm so sorry. I saw the video. Some people may or may not. How do you feel about how he went about letting it all out and things like that? Because there's mixed reviews. People think the boyfriend was gay for pay, and some people are thinking no, it's a real relationship. And then there's other people saying Jeffree's doing the clickbaity thing, and he's also said negative things about people of color. What do you feel about how he's gone about this, and what do you think his end result is going to be now everything is out?
Well, I mean, I guess with people like Jeffree Star, that's what you would call a huge YouTuber. He has 14 million subscribers, so he can honestly put a video out about anything. He's going to get millions of views. And unfortunately, you know, we live in a day and age where people are so obsessed with people's lives on and off of social media. Yeah. And because he is a YouTube personality, and he, you know, even though he does the whole makeup thing, he's more or less like a personality. He's a vlogger. He shares his life with the world. So I wasn't shocked that he did the video about Nathan, but then I also had to give it the side eye as well, because people can say, well, the video wasn't monetized, but that doesn't mean that didn't bring in new viewers who may not have known about him.
That's true.
But this story made it to national news. So when new viewers come and see this huge video that has 29 million views on it, that may prompt them to be future customers of his makeup. So there's always like an undersided, you know, way for how some of these YouTubers move, you know, and I've been on long enough to just kind of peep game. So sometimes you just have to see through that. So people might be like, oh, well, he's being honest about his relationship. He didn't monetize the video. But just because you don't monetize something does not mean that you may not reap future benefits from said video.
That's true. I'm gonna tell you, even though, you know, very sad to hear about his you know, issue. What really grabbed my heart was the Nicki tutorials. I'm gonna call it a scandal because there was no way that she should have been paid $50,000, and the makeup company went to generate $10 million or whatever it is. Like, that is absurd.
Yeah, it's definitely unfair. But again, unfortunately, when people are just coming into YouTube and, you know, when somebody offers you something like that and you're young and you don't have lawyers and a manager and people looking over contracts, you're looking at it in the right now. You know, like I'm struggling $50,000. That's more than what some people make in a year. But then, of course, hindsight is always 2020 because Jared Blandino from Two Face, they walked away with, I mean, millions of dollars because of that collaboration, you know. But I guess for me, what always bothers me is that so many times I see Black makeup gurus who are just as good, who are just as talented, but they don't get those deals. They don't get those collaborations. They don't get, you know, that leg up, people wanting to invest into their lipstick line or their makeup line, like some of the bigger white influencers. You know, I just really wish that a lot of these companies would not only be fair to all beauty gurus across the board, but also look out for some of the talented Black, you know, makeup artists and things like that who are out there. Because even though, she was shafted and they only gave her $50K, there's a lot of Black YouTubers who've been doing makeup just as long as Nicki, and they've never even been tapped on the shoulder to do any type of collaboration.
That's true, definitely. I'm gonna get into more hot topics and things that that you posted on your site in a little bit. But since we're talking about collaboration, I was doing some research and speaking with your team, and they brought to my attention that you're looking to do a little shift in your brand. You are looking to be, I guess, more of a personality that's just not just seen on YouTube, sort of like a Jason Lee or something. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be out there a little bit more. Because I don't feed into the whole YouTube personality type thing. Like, I just come on, I have fun. I spill a little tea, I break things down. But I'm just, once I shut off the computer, I'm mom. So I'm like dealing with homework and, taking kids to basketball practice and stuff like that. And one thing that my audience has always told me, they want to just kind of know more about me, my life, my businesses, and how I've gotten to where I'm at. So I want to be able this year to be more open, to go to more events, to do more meet and greets, to really meet people and shake hands and give hugs to the people who have supported my journey for the past, 8 to 10 years. So that's what I really want to do, is just to be able to take things on the next level. Like I was telling you earlier, I get asked all the time to do interviews. I've never done an interview before because I always thought like, that's more for like celebrities, why, nobody cares about what the heck I got to say. I'm just a YouTuber. But I'm learning slowly that no, people do care about my opinion. People do want to hear from me and, want to hear interviews and stuff like that. So I'm really appreciative of you bringing me onto your platform.
And I'm so glad that I could break your interview cherry, so to speak. Okay,
exactly.
so to speak. Now, does that mean you want to start branding yourself and try to put yourself more as a commentator, like on the red carpet, maybe a TV host, maybe on BET or something like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. I wouldn't mind, like, even like if it's like a guest spot on like The View or The Real or something, just coming on and doing guest spots about social media tea and social media news, just because most of these huge conglomerates, they watch my videos anyway and take my talking points.
That's right.
What I mean? Like, I hear my talking points on their shows all the time. I'm like, wow, it'd be nice to get an invite so that way y'all can hear it straight from the horse's mouth. So I want to be able to do stuff like that in 2020. I think that'd be fun. And it'll just be like another way to kind of, expand my brand and let the world just kind of know more about me.
I think you're going to be absolutely good at that. So talking about getting to know more about you, you are the tea spiller of tea spillers, okay? And I was, mobbing through your IG page and came across a few posts of interest. And I would love to have a quick little conversation and hear about a little bit about, you know, what you know and what you could tell us, you know, briefly, because I know you're going to have videos on your own platform. But if you can give us a little snippet, I want to get your thoughts on the Wendy Williams, I was about to say debacle, but the tea spill about Nene Leakes. I mean, let's be honest. Do you really think Nene Leakes is going to quit Real House of Atlanta?
You know, I'm not sure. I just feel like at this point, the show is starting to run its course.
Right.
When you guys are literally doing a whole episode about hair and weave, it's like, I think it's just getting to a point now where people are getting tired of it. Yeah. And these are like grown women, you know, like closer to 50 than they are 30. So I think maybe in a way, Nene might be tired of the direction of the show. But again, she quit a few years ago and she came back. Yeah. So it's like, you never know with like any of these ladies. But I just think, you know, there's so much drama. It's just like a lot of unnecessary drama that goes on the show. And I've been an avid watcher from day one. You know, so I've watched the growth of all these people. I watched people come and go and things like that. You know, Nene definitely made the show what it was. If it was not for Nene, there'd really be no show, you know. Right. But I just think that she's in a place where maybe she feels like the women owe her more or need to pay more homage or show more respect. But I feel
Kenya
like
Moore thing's different, but okay.
Yeah, you know, but I feel like at the end of the day, they've all done their own bit of cattiness and being two-faced and backstabbing and gossipy, you know? So it's like, why quit now? You know, y'all been throwing shade and throwing each other under the bus. So, you know, the only thing we can do is just wait and see if she really, you know, goes through with it. But who knows? It may just be, once again, attention for viewership and, you know, just to keep the gravy train for this season running, because a lot of people are tired of the antics of this season.
Well, talking about attention for viewership and antics, Cardi B, all Paris Fashion Week, she was wearing masks, and she's had her ups and downs, and she's spouted at the bloggers and YouTubers and things like that. She has music coming out, and people are anticipating her release. How do you think round 2 of Cardi B is going to fare out this time?
I know she's in the studio working hard, you know, trying to get some music put together. I think it'll be good. I mean, all we can do is wait. You know, sometimes people talk about sophomore jinx, you know, but all we can do is wait. She's definitely doing her thing. You know, I love her style. I thought the mask was just really cool. It's really mysterious. You know, she's just out here being her. You know, as far as the whole thing with her going back and forth with bloggers and all that, like I've always said, you know, through that hard exterior, Cardi B is a sweetheart and she's a soft person. And she has grown up, let's say, on the internet. So that's what she knows, is to like read the blogs and Google her name. And it's like I tell her, you have to focus on your blessings. You can't, because the whole world ain't gonna like you, period. The whole world don't like me. You know, you're gonna have your hardcore fans that go hard for you, who rock with you, and you're always gonna have a segment of the population's like, nah, you're whack. No matter what you do, they just don't like you. And that's okay. You know, there's people I don't rock with, you know, and that's okay. So I think that for her, as long as she focuses on the big picture, which is her music, her family, her husband, that's all that matters. All that other stuff is just internet talk, you know, people, you know, just using her name for clickbait and attention and stuff like that. So I think her album will be good. And if it's not, you know what I'm saying, we're going to talk about it. Right. You know, at the end of the day, people have the right to decide, you know, if they like something, if they don't like something, and you have to take the good with the bad. Right.
Moving into liking and not liking things, the Beyonce unboxing gate. Now that's what I'm calling it. No, there's no plus size options. What are your thoughts about that?
Now, I did a video on that yesterday, honey. And some of the plus size sisters were kind of mad. But, you know, I have to keep it real. You know, again, this clothing line is more, you know, it's athleisure wear. So it's more like a workout clothing line, you know, stuff like, you know, athletic space. Athleisure wear is geared towards a healthier, you know, lifestyle, right? Right. So she only goes up to a size extra large. I think she should at least went up to a 1X. I do think at least. I did say that. But you have people demanding that, you know, well, where's the size 6X large? It's like, really? like, come on. the fake outrage, sis. I can't deal with the fake outrage. First of all, how many people in the population are 6X large? Like, that's not like just an average size. Like, that's not average, that's a size medium. It's a lot of fabrics. Like just keeping it real. So it's just like, we have to use common sense when it comes to our outrage. I can see people just mad, like, okay, well, if she only went up to a large, I'd have to give this side. Like, come on, Beyonce. At least do an extra large, add a 1X. But when you got people demanding a 6X, I'm sorry, but her clothing line should be the least of your concern. And that's keeping it real. I mean, a 6X, that's a lot of, weight and things, and a lot of stress on the body, the heart, things like that. Beyonce is the least of your concern.
Right. Talk about outrage. Meghan Markle and Harry now giving up their royal status and moving to North America. Do you think that's a good move or a bad move?
I think it's a good move, being that they want their privacy, but I also feel like she's being thrown in there as the scapegoat. It's very easy for people to blame her, like, oh, Harry would never leave the throne if it wasn't for Meghan Markle's influence. But if you really have been studying the royals over the past, umpteen years, Harry has always been the wild card.
Yes.
He's always been the wild card, and he's calmed down so much, and he's literally turned his whole personality, his whole persona around. Remember, he was like the crazy kid in high school, walking around with Nazi, patches on his arms. And now he's the one who's really turned into more Princess Diana, helping the poor, going to Africa. He's doing more philanthropy work than his own brother. And the public has really liked Harry. They really like Harry even better than they do William. And I think that's what's causing that clash between the brothers. And I think that Harry probably never really had any intentions of sticking with the royals. Right. So I think this is probably more his idea than even hers, to be honest.
I would agree with that. Talking about ideas, Future is for everybody, but don't seem like that no more because he's with Lori Harvey. Do you think she's the one that's going to tame the beast?
Absolutely not. I think she is the flavor of the month. Right. Beautiful girl, don't get me wrong, but absolutely not. Absolutely. Future has proven, I mean, come on, this man has had literally 3 children in 2019 by 3 different women. He's not ready to settle down, and for me, she's 23 years old, beautiful girl. Why even waste your time with a Future? Right. I don't see a Future in their future.
You're crazy. Okay. I appreciate your comments on that. Before I let you go, since Station Head is a music app, I would love to know some of your music tastes and some of your favorite artists that you're looking forward to in 2020.
I like a lot of old school hip hop and R&B, like stuff from the 90s. I definitely love that. But I'm definitely looking forward to Cardi B's album. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more stuff from Meg Thee Stallion. Yes. It's a lot of people out there. I'm liking Tory Lanez's stuff. He just dropped the album recently, so I'm liking that. I want to hear more from him in 2020. I think his name is kind of tied to more controversy than music, but he is really talented. I wish Omarion would drop something. He's
on tour. He's on tour, man. His little fizzle pop. So
right. I want him to drop some stuff. All this drama he's went through, he needs to drop a fire album. That's really how get at the 2 people who are trying to take you down. I would love to hear something from Omarion. He's a wonderful singer, and he's been through a lot. So that'd be dope if he decides to drop something in 2020.
Definitely. While we're talking about 2020, my final question for you. You tapped on it a little bit, but anything that you want to expand? New Year's goals and accomplishments.
My goals is I have a skin and a hair care line that's getting ready to drop soon. It's CBD infused, and I've been working on this for the past 9 months. That is my baby. That is my goal. I've gotten everything from scratch, the ingredients, working with the farmers to get the oil and everything else. So that's my main thing, is to be able to get this out to the people, go on different events, CBD events, because I'm really big on that, because a lot of health benefits in the CBD industry, and to basically make headway in that industry, because right now the CBD industry is ran by white males. So I want to be that Black female breaking through, doing her thing, having a good product, you know what I'm saying, and being a force to be reckoned with in that industry. So that's Absolutely. One of my big goals in 2020.
Absolutely. What a wonderful conversation we had today. I really appreciate you being on here. I really thank you for being on here with me today. Hopefully we can do more of these.
Definitely.
And I would love to have a discussion with you about that. Maybe we'll do that off air. But for those who want to keep up with you on your journey, or just want to see the latest of the latest, where can they go and do that?
All right. So if you guys want to check me out, I'm LovelyTi, LovelyTi TV on YouTube. So I drop videos every day, every other day. I also have a podcast as well that you guys can follow on Apple Podcast, Google Play, and that's Tea Time Unfiltered with Lovely Tea. So the stuff I can't say on YouTube, I take it to my podcast. So You guys can find me on there as well, and I'm Lovely Tea on Instagram and on Twitter.
Nice. Guys, show your love and hit the heart emoji for Lovely Tea one time in the building. Lovely Tea, thank you. If you like, you can hang in the chat and chat about. Also drop that information in there so people can look for it. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I had a wonderful time.
Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Follow me on my social platforms at I Am Carlotta's Corner on Instagram. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Carlotta's Corner to see what's going on. And other than that, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. I'll see you next time. Good night. Mouth full of pink diamonds. Yeah, my figure shape 8, but I look like 10.